And I have had many prophetic dreams, and I've had those what I term as visions of the night, which are like little films that I see quickly in a dream, and then they are very vivid and they are very real. I wake up and I remember them vividly. I term those visions of the night, like Daniel in the book of Daniel records. And so when I had this vision of the night, I was there with where I lived for many years in my home in Miami, where it was. This home was just like a mile or two away from the coast. And I was there with my mother. She was making some coffee for me in the morning. And as I was sitting there, just smelling this fragrant aroma of her dark roasted coffee filled the house, I began to feel, and hear this low humming, rumbling sound coming from outside. I thought at first it probably was like thunder, maybe an approaching storm, although it kind of sounded very strange. I had never felt that kind of sound. It was not like the thunder, the peals of thunder that you hear. No, it was nothing like that. It was like a low, very deep, humming, rumbling sound. And so I got up and went outside to see what that was, where it was coming from. And as I did, I saw in the distance this tsunami wave coming towards our home. And I rushed back inside, and I started telling my mom. My mom has passed away. She's gone to be with the Lord. But in the dream, she was there. And I went right back in there, and I told her, I said, we got to leave now. There's a tsunami wave coming. But she was like frozen, unable to move. She was just staring at me. And as I continued to tell her to move quickly, the tsunami was coming. She wasn't moving. So I grabbed her by the arm and I tried to get her out of there, when the wave hit us. And I believe this was a warning to me, because I still have family there. My brother lives there, his family. Some of my cousins live there, and so I have family still there. And I believe this was a warning from the Lord to tell them to get out. That this thing is coming. This event is coming, and I have seen several events like this where I saw Miami just completely covered in water. I saw sections of Little Havana covered in water. And so I know this is coming. I had another experience back in 2009, in January of 2009. I had just returned from a Cuba mission trip. And that night I had a vision. No, I'm sorry, I had not returned. I was in Cuba. The first night I got there in 2009. And I had a vision where I saw this large wall of water coming into Havana. And it was coming into Havana. It was coming at Havana from three sides. From the north, from the east, and from the west. And I remember it was very, very vivid. So I know there's coming an event. I don't know what is going to trigger it. That is going to impact Cuba, Miami, and many of the countries in Central America and the eastern coast of the United States. Okay? That is going to be one event. This one is going to maybe be an earthquake or an asteroid hitting the Caribbean. Okay? And that is going to cause a tsunami. It's not going to destroy the whole, it's not going to destroy everything, but it's going to kill a lot of people. And
the one that hit Southeast Asia, India, that one killed 400,000 people.
That's right.
That's a lot of people. But it's also it's a densely populated area.
That's right. I mean, there's going to be millions with this one killed. There's going to be millions of people die with this event. Because remember that this is, if an asteroid hits an ocean, it's not like an earthquake. An earthquake will produce a large tsunami, especially like an 8 or 9 in the Richter scale earthquake in the ocean floor. It will produce a tsunami that goes inland, several miles, okay? But if an asteroid hits the ocean, it will produce a tsunami that, those areas around it in the area will be, they will be completely destroyed, flooded. And then other areas far away, like the eastern coast of the U.S., the water will go in, especially the southeastern part of the United States. The water will go in several miles. Maybe I have had visions where I have seen the water coming in 25 to 30 miles. I have seen it. I have seen the whole eastern seaboard, water into the eastern seaboard, 25 to 30 miles from what I saw. That's what I calculated, about 25 to 30 miles inland. And in some parts it was more, in some parts less. But I believe there's going to be more than one of these incidents, Jake. I also saw another incident that happened off the coast of Virginia. I saw another incident happen, for example, in Norway. I had another vision of the night where I saw Norway, the Norwegian Sea. Something happened in the Norwegian Sea, okay, whether it was a volcanic eruption in the ocean floor there, or an asteroid hit, or something happened there that it flooded the whole region. And it impacted the northeastern part of the U.S., the northeastern coast of the U.S. And, that was very, very clear, very vivid. And I saw another one where I was in the in the coast of the Virginia, Maryland states, right there where Virginia, Maryland border. And I can't remember if it was Virginia Beach or maybe a little, north of that, but it was around that area. I knew it in the spirit. And so when I was there, I saw something happen off in the sea. I couldn't tell what it was, but something big happened, and everybody started looking at it from the shore. People were having a good time. They were in the beach enjoying it. But then I saw that something happened. There was a loud noise, a big disturbance, and people, they were startled. And then they started looking out into the sea, okay? Maybe it was like an explosion, I'm not sure. But when they started looking into the sea, they looked very concerned. And so what happened next is, as I started getting closer to look in the direction where everybody was looking at, okay, I saw in the distance a strange movement in the waters. Now, I was taken up in the air, okay? I was taken up in the air. I was gently taken up in the air, and I was taken to this event, right over this event, so I could see what was going on. And when I got there, when I was taken there, I was able to see like there was like a hole in the ocean, and it was a large, deep hole, and it was kind of brownish, and I could see that it I don't know what created this hole in the Atlantic Ocean, but it was not good. As the waters began to swirl, ferociously, okay, like a whirlpool of some kind, like a vortex, and it looked very threatening. And then I was taken back to the shore, back to a safe place, high place away from the shoreline. And as I began to see this massive tsunami wave coming towards Virginia, Maryland. And so, I know something else is going to happen there also, whether that is an earthquake there, or maybe a volcano that erupted, or an asteroid strike. I'm not sure. But that's another event. So there are several of these events, Jake, that are going to be happening like in like firecracker succession, like boom, 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 like that. And when that happens, that is going to be the day of the Lord. It's going to be a time of great chaos. And the people need to be prepared. The people need to be right with God. They have to be right with God, because this is going to be something the likes of which we have never seen. We have never experienced anything like it